So, the new way to run Facebook ads in 2023. And no, this isn't going to be some targeting hack. It's not about complex campaign structures. It's not about placement hacking or hacking the algorithm. And it's definitely not about just some brand new shiny ad type. No, this is a strategy that we're currently implementing into our clients' accounts. And it's based on the changes that we've seen in consumer and buyer behavior over the last few years, especially when it comes to direct response advertising on the social media platforms. Because that's the important thing when it comes to marketing and advertising. You can't just keep using the same stuff and expect it to work. You constantly have to change and adapt based on what the market is doing. And the people who stay stuck in their ways and their ego gets in the way where they don't want to change what was working previously, then those are the people that lose. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the new strategy and you can try it for yourself. All right, so you can see the usual way that people would run the ads here on the screen. Now, typically what happens is obviously you run an ad to some form of funnel or landing page or sales process. And then on the other side, it spits out a sale. And this can be anything, right? If we're in the info product space, it could be a low ticket sales page, could be a webinar, could be a VSL funnel where you get them on a phone call. It's nothing to do with like the back end funnel system, this new strategy. It's about the front end with ads. But this is like the typical way. And this is the way that people have made money with specifically Facebook and YouTube ads, basically since the platform started allowing advertisers. But here's the thing. The amount of people now that just see an ad for the first time from a company for the first time, they click through the ad, they go to the sales page or whatever the process is, and then they buy, it's getting smaller and smaller. Consumer behavior online is going towards more brand building and not necessarily just direct response, hey, I saw an ad for the first time. Because when Facebook ads started in the beginning, it was like new and exciting and people were seeing ads for products for the first time. They were like, oh, this is cool, I'm gonna buy it from Facebook. But the market has become more sophisticated and people understand that there's lots of these different businesses that are selling lots of these different products. And instead of just seeing an ad for the first time and buying it, they will see it, they'll make a mental note, and then maybe they will go and search on Google or Amazon or different websites or different competitors' websites to see if they can get a better deal. And it's not just like e-commerce and physical products, it's the same with the coaching space as well. People are now a lot more thoughtful in terms of who they will buy from. Now, you're still going to get quite a high percentage of people that will still go through and buy. So with our ad strategy right now, we're still doing this process, right? This process is still working for us, but it's just not working as well as it was before. Because again, there's still a percentage of people that will buy, but there's also a percentage of people that won't. And the percentage of people that won't buy straight away is getting bigger and bigger. So here's what most people do, right? For someone who goes into the funnel, but they don't buy, most advertisers will just set up a retargeting campaign and they'll pretty much just send the prospect back to the exact same or a very similar sales process. They'll send them back to the checkout page, the Calendly page to book a call, back to the sales page, whatever it is. They'll have different messaging in the ad, but they'll send them back to the same sales process. Now, that creates a problem. Why? Because there's a reason why someone didn't buy in that sales process. Yes, maybe they did just need to see the information again, and obviously those retargeting ads will work to an extent. But if you really want to maximize the effectiveness of your retargeting campaign and increase the overall profitability of your marketing, is that you shouldn't really just retarget people and just send them back to the same thing that they said no to before. So what we're doing right now is we're creating retargeting campaigns and sending them through a different process. And specifically, we are sending them into a messenger funnel. Now, for most of our clients, it is going to be on Instagram, and we're doing Instagram ads, sending them into the DMs, but you can also do it obviously on Facebook with Facebook Messenger as well. So why do we do this? Well, because it creates a different selling environment to what the prospect said no to earlier. So because it's creating a different environment, it's a different energy, it's a different process, we're going to be able to convert a lot more of those people that said no initially compared to if we just send them back to the same thing that they said no to before. And there's another reason why obviously we use Messenger specifically, because with Messenger, there's actually lots of different things that you can do. Number one, you can get them into an automation where you collect their email, and then you can actually start prospecting, nurturing, and selling them via email as well. So you now get them on a different channel and you're selling to them in a different environment. Number two, you can also just get them in the chat and you can actually have someone manually go in there and start talking to someone. Again, different selling environment. You might not get them on the phone, but you could sell by chat. Maybe they have questions that needed to be answered, and you obviously can't always answer every single question on a sales page, even if you have an FAQ section. So sometimes getting someone in a chat with someone is the best way to convert them, and Messenger allows us to do this. Number three, if you want to get really advanced, you can basically ask them a few different questions inside of the automation inside of Messenger, and you can start segmenting them. And based on their answers, you could send them to separate sales assets or separate sales pages that basically help them with what they want help with. So for example, you could do a Messenger flow that basically asks them what their biggest pain points is, or what are they struggling with most. And let's say they're a business coach and they're struggling with lead flow. Well, you could send them to basically a free training on how you help your clients generate leads, or if it's sales, a free training on how you generate sales, or ads, then a free training on how you help your clients with ads. And you could basically create different sales assets for different people's pain points, and essentially you could send them to these sales assets, they consume the sales asset, and then at the end of that, there is maybe a CTA to go back and buy the product. Or if you'd help lots of different types of customers, again, you could ask them a few questions inside of Messenger, and based on their answers, send them to different case studies. So if you help entrepreneurs grow online, you could ask them, hey, are you a coach or an e-commerce store? Are you a local business? And based on their answer, you could send them to a separate case study that has a testimonial from a customer that was just like them. You send all of the e-commerce businesses to an e-commerce case study, or you send a coach to a coaching business's case study. You get the point, right? It's just making a more personalized sales experience, and therefore that could convert people who initially said no to the funnel. And then another reason why we use Messenger as well is that we're just getting them onto a social channel. Obviously before, they were just clicking an ad and going to a website. But now, because we send them into Messenger, well, yes, they're going to be into a Messenger conversation with us, but guess what they're going to do if they're on an Instagram DM chat with you? They're going to click on your profile. And if you have a good profile, you have followers, you have social proof, you're posting client results, if you have a very credible social profile, then that is obviously going to increase your credibility, shock, and also the trust and the relationship with the prospect. And maybe they didn't buy up here just because they didn't trust you, they didn't have enough proof, they didn't know who you are. And then they go to your Instagram page and they're like, shit, this guy's got, 50K followers, good engagement, looks very legit. Okay, I'm ready to go and buy. So there's multiple different reasons why we're sending them back into Messenger, and they're basically there just to overcome different objections of why someone didn't buy in the beginning. Or you could just do it like super simple, right? And you could get them into Messenger and you could send them back to the sales page, or you could send them on a phone call and someone can close. But the point is that you can't just rely on this sales process just because it has worked previously. The lead to conversion window, so basically the time that someone sees your ad and becomes a potential lead to the time that they buy, it is increasing because again, buyer sophistication, people are shopping around more, people are aware of the different options. People understand that if they click off a website that has limited time deal, then it's very likely not a limited time deal and they could probably go back and buy it later. So instead of just losing leads and sending them through a funnel once, and that's it, we are reconnecting with them, sending them through Messenger and trying to condense that lead to buyer window as much as possible by selling to them in different ways. So I know we want it to be like the good old days where we could just throw up an ad, send them through one funnel, they would buy, we'd make a load of money, everyone's happy. But unfortunately, times change, buying behavior changes, and if we want to continue making money, then we need to change our advertising strategy too. So I guarantee that if you implement the strategy and you retarget through Messenger, then you will 100% make more money. Thanks for watching the video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.